Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. So today, so exciting. Right after my morning stream, we received a big victory, major Bitcoin victory over the SEC. Gary Gensler lost once again. He's taking a lot of L's recently, a lot of losses. So let's talk about what this means overall, what this means for Bitcoin, and yeah, that's it. Let's do this. Welcome, guys. Ooh, that's not supposed to be black. All right, here we go. So Bitcoin right now, you can see 27.5. It hit 28.1 this morning. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We've been stagnant for quite some time. We needed a bonus, and that's what we got. After this major announcement, Bitcoin started going upwards, right? So, obviously, pretty good. We're not right back up to 30,000 yet, but you know what? It's still early. Tomorrow's another day. When Bitcoin consolidates a little bit, we could see more buying, and we could see Bitcoin right back to $30,000 in no time, right? And let's not forget, we have this to look forward to also. I reported this morning, right before this big announcement. But imagine if Elon tomorrow or later this week also announces that X, aka Twitter, is going to allow Bitcoin and crypto trading, and they're going to come out of their payment system. That's going to be more ammunition, more gas on top of this very hot fire already. So that could also be coming in the near future because they got the license to offer it now, right? But let's talk about this. Grayscale. Grayscale, we know, they have enormous amount of Bitcoins in this trust right now. And right now it's offered, right? It's offered. There's a stock offer called GBDC, and they want to convert this to a Bitcoin ETF. And there are many reasons why they want to do so, but it makes sense since they already hold like 640,000-ish Bitcoins in this trust, right? What better, I guess, company to offer one, since they hold so much already, right? Now, here's the thing. They have applied multiple times, and every single time they get denied by the SEC. Always around fraud and manipulation, right? Those are two excuses the SEC keeps saying as the reasons why there should not be a Bitcoin spot ETF. Yet, they allow futures ETFs to go through. Grayscale's like, why? How is it that you're not afraid of manipulation or fraud with the futures-based ETF, but not a spot Bitcoin ETF? It never made any sense. It's pretty obvious that Gary just does not want one to exist, right? That's why Grayscale decided to sue the SEC, and today the U.S. Court of Appeals agreed with Grayscale, saying the SEC did not give any reasonable arguments about why futures ETFs are okay, but spot Bitcoin ETFs are not, right? So basically, Grayscale won this big lawsuit, and this goes back to the SEC. SEC has to relook at the application and determine whether or not they're going to appeal it or find some other decision or other excuses, I should say, to deny it. Doesn't automatically mean it's an automatic approval, but the very reasons they have stated before with all these denials have been manipulation and fraud, and they can no longer use them as excuses. The U.S. Court of Appeals basically said you can't say those things. So now it makes it really hard for SEC to deny a future one because those arguments are out the window, right? So obviously, this is a good thing. It's not a guarantee. They can still send this to the Supreme Court to decide, but will they? Just kind of like the XRP thing, SEC is taking a lot of losses. They're also down on resources. They're out of money. That's why Gary's begging Congress for more money. So they're really going to push this back to Supreme Court? Probably not, because we have like BlackRock knocking on the door and calling Gary's like, hey, you better get us approved, okay? Because BlackRock application is pending and so many others are pending, right? It's just a matter of time. I think it's going to come the first half, the very first quarter of 2024, right? We're all leading up to it. We're building to that before the halving event. It's going to come, and this is going to make it so much harder for the SEC and Gary to say no, right? This is basically making the percentages. Before it was like, so the percentage of approval versus disapproval was like 50-50, and then jumped up to like, 60-40. It went as high as 75-25. But this makes it like 99-1. Okay, they may find little flaws here and there, but all it takes is a reapplication. Maybe the surveillance partner for Grayscale isn't Coinbase, something like that. They may find little excuses to deny, but ultimately they cannot stop this from coming. Okay. Once we get some spot Bitcoin ETFs, even if we get one, that's all we need. It opens the floodgates. We will have billions upon billions flowing in, and then we're going to get more ETFs, and then, we're going to get even more billions. I'm so excited. My neck is hurting. I may crack it again during the stream. There's just, it's so bullish. That's why I tell you guys, stay bullish, stay strong. This is definitely not the time to be scared. Scared money does not make money. I heard something really good today. A really good, I guess, philosophy. I'll share it with you guys in Q&A, but it's a really good one I want to share. Anyways, moving on. Obviously today, every headline news is about, this Grayscale ruling, Bitcoin ETF. I mean, all this good stuff. If you look right here, we had some liquidations. We had 117 million of shorts liquidated. Again, this is why you don't play with leverage. I bet a lot of short sellers did not expect a huge ruling and a huge, jump, right? But, you go back, longs too. 50 million longs, right? Like basically what I've been saying. The only people that win with leverage, okay, are the ones that are running exchanges. Exchanges win because they collect the fees no matter what. But for traders, if you're using lots of leverage, eventually you go get caught one way or another because you can't predict. Your lines can't predict a Grayscale, victory, right? For example. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Okay, now in terms of Grayscale themselves, they hold 635,000 Bitcoin. So in comparison, look at, how much a purpose Bitcoin ETF, which exists in Canada, they only have about 23,000 Bitcoins. And then you look at MicroStrategy, 140,000. I mean, you look at all these, Grayscale is definitely the preferable, I guess, choice for a company to have the very first spot Bitcoin ETF because they simply have the most amount of Bitcoins. It just comes down to that, right? So it makes a whole lot of sense. Now, after today's victory, you got a lot of Congress people that are, again, wondering what the hell Gary Gensler is good for, right? He's making all the wrong decisions. He will not answer any hard questions like whether or not ETH is a security. He just refuses to answer. And that's why a lot of people are calling for his head. Okay? Gary Gensler should be fired. No one trusts that he knows what he's doing. He, in fact, is stifling innovation in the U.S., causing a lot of headaches, and no one really knows what the agenda is, right? There just seems to be so many disagreements, even between agencies, right? no one knows what the hell is going on. That's why we need to cut off the head, so to speak, fire Gary Gensler, replace him with someone that won't be so stifling, right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's with all the L's he's taking, right? And he's going to take some more. He's going to lose the lawsuit against Coinbase. That's almost guaranteed. He might lose the lawsuit against Binance. I don't know who else he has his lawsuit with, but he's probably going to keep losing them all. Okay? He's going to take some major, major L's in the future. But yeah, in addition, you got a lot of accumulation. Okay? Institutional accumulation. I mentioned this. OTC market, very hot right now. Look at Gemini. Look at Gemini. All of a sudden, the reserves just like drop. Okay, within a month, they 30,000, 40,000 bitcoins disappear from Gemini. Okay, that's not by coincidence. All right, that's big boys, big institutional boys buying directly from Gemini and transferring out. Okay, that's exactly what it means, and it's happening all the time behind the scenes. Okay, that's why you gotta save some for yourself. Okay, you don't want to let these big boys take up everything. There's only so many that will ever exist, and there's only so many that is around right now, and the reserves keep on dropping every single day, right? And also, in addition, I mean, Bitcoin's DeFi ecosystem is growing. So today, okay, you have Pyth network. I don't know, it's Pyth or Pyth, but basically their Oracle system, okay, that's going to allow DeFi projects within Bitcoin to receive price feeds. Okay, so it's like a Chainlink competitor, but within Bitcoin, because there's a large DeFi ecosystem that is being developed and grown right now. That's exciting. You couldn't say that was happening back in 2021 even, or back in 2017, because it didn't exist. But this is something new that a lot of people are very excited about. Developers and builders are building on top of Bitcoin now. Again, this didn't exist before. Right? So not only do you have Bitcoin being the greatest store of value we have, the most decentralized network that we have, okay, now it can support smart contracts. Kind of, sort of, not really, not in the same way as Ethereum, but it can support DeFi projects. Let's just put it that way, right? Utilizing either stacks or a root stack. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of amazing stuff happening. This is the time to be bullish, right? And then, of course, look at this, bullish divergence happening right now. And when did it happen last? Well, in 2020, we saw the same type of thing happen. Are we getting ready for that right now? Maybe we get some other catalyst, some other wins, right? Some other announcements, maybe more short squeezes. Maybe we just get more institutional buying. Put it all together, right? We will get more. We'll get a lot more. This is just the beginning. Just the beginning. All right. That's pretty much it. Obviously today, Bitcoin went up pretty much the most versus everything else. Bitcoin dominance went up a little bit, although a lot of alts did go up, just didn't go up as much as Bitcoin, right? But a lot of movement today, a lot of greens, so that's not too shabby. Again, this reset on me, but yeah. All right, let's do some Q&A. Oh, I promise I'll go say I got something very insightful for you guys that I'm going to share today that I heard, and it makes a whole lot of sense. I'm going to paraphrase. Hopefully I'm going to say it right. Do hard things for an easy life. Do easy things for a hard life. Okay, so think about that. Do hard things for an easy life. What that means is anything in life, okay, is hard. But if you sit on your ass and do nothing, you're never going to get anywhere, right? Doesn't matter if it's exercise or speaking or building a company or even just simply getting out of bed and going to work. These things are hard, but you do them to better yourself, to improve yourself, right? And then eventually you get an easy life. But if you do easy things, such as not getting out of bed, sitting on your couch, okay, not listening to me, and doing whatever and thinking that you deserve more, well, you're going to have a hard life. You're not going to do much in this world, right? Yeah, so it makes perfect sense. And it's the same thing when it comes to investing in crypto, right? I would say the hard stuff is being able to withstand the volatility, being able to or be disciplined and be able to buy the dips and DCA over long haul when others may be fearful and telling you that you're stupid, right? But you get rewarded for it, right? And then you get an easy life. So I think it's pretty good. It's pretty insightful, if you ask me, and it applies to many things. All right, let's see if I'm missing super chats. How do I feel about ICP? Is it really innovative? I don't know. Innovative is a strong word. It's different, and I don't like it. I never liked ICP. I think McHenry is an undercover crypto bull. Who is McHenry? Is he someone in the chat? I don't know. Today was a good day. It is. It's not over. Thoughts on Kusama will go higher than previous bull run. To answer your question, it'll probably go back to its previous high and break through it. Yes. I think a lot of these great projects, okay, they will get back to their previous high and break through it. Now, does that mean they will outperform their peers? That's a different story. That may not happen. I'm not the biggest bullish guy on Polkadot or Kusama. I think there's better plays, but I do think they could definitely get back to previous high and go higher. Jaman, appreciate that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I think that's pretty wise, right? Wise words to live by. Why hasn't Quant gone up? Quant is a B2B play, okay? Business to business. They really don't focus on consumers. They don't have like DEXs and NFTs or anything like that, or liquidity pools. They're a software developer to help businesses get involved with ledgers and create dApps. So they're completely different. What do you think about bad AI? I don't think anything of it. Never heard of it. Never, ever, ever heard of it. Bad Idea AI? Why would you name a project called Bad Idea AI? It's just a bad idea then, right? Is that Persian? It's not altcoin season, not difficult to understand the cycle. Darren Marshall, you are right. Altcoin season, altcoins have been okay. They have done much better than previous cycles at this point in time. But altcoin season usually comes after Bitcoin tops out. That's when you see those really parabolic altcoin moves. And we're nowhere close to that. Altcoins will trend up with Bitcoin. Dominance is still way lower than previous cycles, right? But when Bitcoin dominates, it dominates, and it will dominate for quite some time. It's going to pull the market up. Oh, McHenry is the guy who pressured Gensler if ETH was security. Yeah, he did a good job there. But Gary just did his best to dodge it, avoid answering the question. GT, no. You ask that every single day. No, I've never used it, so I don't know anything about it. Pierce Johnston, I've been DCM for over a year, and I have multiple Bitcoins now. I want 2 more before the next bull run. Would you buy now or just DCing, hoping the price doesn't start running up? I mean, still, they're both kind of the same, right? You're still buying no matter what. You're just wondering if you should just put it all in right now. I would still say spread out, okay? We may get some more volatility along the way, but if you've been doing it for over a year, continue to do another year. You still have time, right? But hey, if you feel that FOMO, you're like, hey, this is the time, then go do it, right? Either way, as long as you're accumulating, I think you're winning. Steven 9011, big super chat. Appreciate that. Sheep Team is involved with bad AI. Okay, if you say so. I think they have their hands full with Shibarium. So I would say let's concentrate on that first. Shibarium is off to the races, I guess, so to speak, with a relaunch. I don't know if there's more problems, but we'll see. It could draw in a ton of dam makers, that's for sure. Steven is now a member too. Welcome. Now is a perfect time to FOMO, George. I mean, hey, anytime. I would argue anytime that Bitcoin is under its previous high, which is 69,000, it's a good time to FOMO. Okay? I mean, accumulating, dollar cost averaging is always a good idea. First ETF approval in 2024. I think it's going to be like January, like ARK. It could. I don't think it's going to be Grayscale first. But I think it's going to be like ARK. Their deadline, their final deadline is in January something. I think they will get the approval first. Then BlackRock and everyone else will get their approval in March, right before the halving event. What is a realistic new all-time high if an ETF is approved? I mean, along with you mean at the end of the cycle? I mean, realistically, 150, 200, 250? I'd say realistically maybe like 200, but it could shoot past that. You think Stacks is a good play? You know what? More and more, I hear more and more DeFi projects being built on top of Bitcoin utilizing Stacks. So I think Stacks could be a good play. I think it can. You guys ready for my neck cracking again? Oh, my neck is sore. Do I only ride or Mara? I own some Mara options. Yes, a little bit. Hello from San Diego. Welcome. I'm cracking my knuckles first. When is the hardwood going in your court? I don't know. Probably last. It's like one of the last things. Last things go in the house. Are you really retiring in 2025? Yeah, if I hit my goal, I got enough. I mean, I could retire now, okay? But like at some point, you just like enough is enough. You gotta, enjoy your life. But yeah, if 2024, 2025 ends up being as good as I think they will be, okay, like those 2 years are gonna be fantastic. Yeah, then I'll probably retire for good. I'll still do streaming once in a while on my yacht or on my whatever top of a mountain in some exotic place or something. Are you selling your name, CryptosRus? Probably not. Probably not. Ow. Oh, that was epic. I don't know if you guys heard that. Maybe Gary Gensler is doing this on purpose. Don't forget, he was positive crypto once. He's making bad guys lose. I don't know. He was pro crypto until he became SEC chair, and then he just like, I don't know, maybe because someone's pulling his strings or something. I don't know. He just did a complete 180. Mike has taken me like, I've been doing it for like 30 years, so so I don't know. I just know how to do it. Any BitBoy news? I miss it. No. I know a lot. But I can't say it, because I don't want to lose the trust of, people that have told me things. But I know exactly what has happened, what has transpired behind the scenes. And it's let's just say the press release was being very neutral and nice. Okay, let's just put it that way. What was happening behind the scenes really was a lot more than what the press release said. A lot more. Let's just leave it at that. Please shout out my 4-year-old daughter. I don't know how to say that. I really don't. Fatima? Is that how you say her name? Ellie, a lot. Let's just say a lot. Do you think projects like Vivi or any NFT project would rally back up, or did they catch a bad rep moving forward? I think they still have a good chance to come up. In the bull market, people forget the past. People just FOMO in everything and all good news, right? So they still have a chance to come back. Doge, still waiting for Elon. If Elon does this, right, and he comes out with crypto payments or crypto wallet or crypto trading or whatever on X, you know it's gonna include Doge. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. So yeah. I have learned never to underestimate Elon. That is correct. What do you think about Miner Clean Spark? I don't have any thoughts about them. I don't know enough about them. My foundation, which okay, if you're asking me to choose between Shiba and Doge, Shiba for sure. Does the SEC have to approve the ETF, or can they can still play games? They can appeal this with the Supreme Court. They can also deny it again, citing different reasons. But the reasons that they have given has always been the same. They're afraid of manipulation and fraud. Okay? They can no longer use those generic reasons. That's the big thing. So now they have to be nitpicky. Like, they have to give specific reasons why they want to deny any future Bitcoin ETFs. And they can't just say generic things like fraud and manipulation, because it doesn't make sense that they don't care about it with futures-based ETFs, but only with spot Bitcoin ETFs, right? So it doesn't make sense. Did you see Brian Coinbase's tweet about how much traffic increased on Base? Yeah, that was Zen Crypto being launched there. No, actually, that has nothing to do with that. That was it. He actually said it in that tweet. It was friend.tech. It wasn't because Zen Crypto that caused the traffic to go up. It was friend.tech that caused it to go up. He even said it in his own tweet. So I think you just got caught there telling a lie. Can SEC appeal Ripple's case and possibly win and get the coin to a security? There's always a possibility, but there's little to no chance of that. And they could appeal right now, and they haven't. They're leaving it alone. They're appealing the decision whether or not selling in the secondary market is considered a security sale, but they're not appealing whether XRP is a security. Or they would have done it already. All right, guys. I'll let you go. Overall, today was a pretty good day. It could be better. Obviously, we're not back to 30,000 yet, but that could be right around the corner. We could still have more good news coming this week. Will SEC's Gary Gensler get fired? Maybe, right? But overall, Bitcoin has been never ever been this strong, and will only get stronger, right? So stay focused, stay long, stay bullish, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Looking to buy auction coin. What's your thought? No thought. Never heard of it before. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.